how we can pass the data from component to view, right? So let's start now. So let's have a quick overview what we were discussing yesterday. So yesterday we discussed what is data binding. So data binding in Angular means to transfer the data from component to view template and vice versa. Means reverse is also possible. And this was the type of data binding. Data binding was of two types: one-way data binding and two-way data binding. In one-way data binding, data will flow through one direction only at a particular time. That is, data will flowing either from component to view or view to component. Data will not be flowing through at the same time to both. And then we discussed about one-way data binding. It is also of two types: component to view and view to component. And component to view data binding can be achieved by two methods, that is called string interpolation and property binding. And how to do the string interpolation? For doing the uh, view to component can be achieved by using event binding. Okay. String interpolation can be achieved by keeping the value in double curly brackets. And property binding can be achieved by keeping the property in a square bracket and then giving its value, right? Now let's start. So this is the project that we were working on yesterday. So in this particular component, this mobile picture, this name iPhone 15 Plus, price 70,000, this discounted price, this stock, all of these data is flowing from component to view. Means in HTML we are not writing this data, right? In HTML we are not writing this data. We are calling this data from the component. If I am changing the stock 10 here in the component, same will be reflected there, right? And when this stock became 10, buy now button is active now. Buy now button is active now. If stock becomes 0, button is not active now. Button is disabled. So these kind of things we were doing, right? Now let's start something. But in all of these case, data was going from particular component class to view class. Means you were writing the data from this TypeScript to HTML, but we were not doing anything in HTML that should send the data back to the TypeScript. So we'll do that today. Let's say this is your component. And if you're talking about component, we are talking about which file? If I'm saying component, then which file I'm talking about? TypeScript. If I'm saying view or template or view template, then I'm talking about HTML. Now, how our data will go? Our data will be flowing through this view to component, and it will use the values in small brackets. See, this is the only confusion in Angular, that sometime data you are writing it in curly brackets, sometime you are writing in square brackets, and sometime you will be using this small brackets. But if your view is sending something to component, it means that you are trying to use the small bracket things, or means this is called event binding. This will be binding some event. What it will be doing? It will be binding some events. Now we are talking about second method, which is view to component. And what it uses to achieve this? It uses event binding. Event binding. So event binding is a method in which data will flow through view to component. Now, how data will flow actually? If I'm saying that data will flow through view to component, it means that it means that whenever some event is occurring, whenever some event is occurring in view, the component will get to know about it. The component will get to know about it. So this is called event binding. Means let's say some event is going on in the HTML file or the view part. So component will know about it, that you are doing something there. Now what I will do is, let's say this is the mobiles purchasing section. Inside this, I am creating an input box, and I am saying that write your review. Write your review. Right? We have this section on any mobile. Whenever you are going to search something on any e-commerce, you will have a section to write your review. So what I'm going to do is, I have given a input box to write the review of this. Now, if I'm writing something, let's say I'm writing this iPhone is very expensive, or let's say I'm writing iPhone is a very good phone. If I am writing in this way, this is something that I am writing. Now, you are doing something in the view. If I am doing something in this input box, I am doing this thing in the view template, means HTML file. Is my component has any knowledge about it? My component don't have any knowledge about it. Means there will be some method, by using that method this data will be flowing, and where this data will be flowing? To back to the component, back to the component. So let me first change a little bit. We know that we can write the input value directly. So instead of this placeholder, I will write value equals to good phone. Value equals to good phone. Okay, so this input tag, let me keep it at top for a clear view. Okay, so here you can see this good phone. Let me zoom out. This one. In this input box, even when you are refreshing, the good phone value will be coming by default because you are providing the value in the input box. In the header component in the class, I will generate one more thing as feedback, right? I will say feedback. Feedback will be in string, and by default value I am giving to it as good phone. By default I am saying good phone. Okay, by default I am saying good phone. So after this input box, I will create one heading. Let's say h2. In this I will bind the value of feedback from component. So here I will write double curly bracket feedback. What I will write? Feedback. So you will see that good phone is coming here as a feedback. Or if you want, you can show customer review colon, and then you can show the feedback. So it is like this: customer review good phone. Same good phone is written like in the input box. Now what I want is, whatever I am writing here, if I am writing here bad phone, it should change this customer review also, because this is what how your data will be going to typescript file, right? From where this good phone is coming? From where this good phone is coming? From component only. From TypeScript file it is coming. If you are able to change it using your HTML, means you are doing the event binding. You are doing the event binding. Okay. But how? For that, you have to attach some events. This is called event binding. So you have to attach some event to this bad phone, or simply this input box. So instead of writing its here input box, this one, right? So I will give it a event, and you will see when I written it, how I have written it in this way, right? You have to use the, you have to use a small brackets. So I will say something to this input box that input equals to change feedback, and I will create it a function. I'm saying whenever you are trying to click, or when you are trying to give some input to this input box, it will call a function change feedback. Function, because this is a function, right? You are keeping a small bracket, this is a function. I'm saying that whenever you are clicking on this input box and you start typing something, let's say I typed P here, it will call that. So let's check the console. So nothing is coming in console now, because that function we are not writing anywhere. What I have done is, I will just mark this input in small brackets, right? What I am doing is I am marking this input in a small bracket, and now you will get the error. Got the error? Now what it is saying, that property change feedback does not exist on type header component. Now, what is the case here? I'll tell you. Let me again change it to simple input. First, you understand this part only. If you are writing that input equals to change feedback, this input is a direct value that you are giving here. That is a direct value that you are giving here. If you want to connect it with TypeScript, you have to bind it. You have to, or if you are having problem, let me remove this part also and just see. This good phone is coming from component, and this good phone you are directly writing here. Can't you give the good phone value from component to here? Means in this input box you are writing the good phone. Can't you take use that headers file? Yes, we can use. How? If you are trying to say that value equals to curly brackets, and if you are writing here feedback, this is what you are saying. If you are writing feedback here, you will see something as this, right? You are doing that. And if you, this is called the string interpolation. If you bind it using the property binding, if you want to do it using property binding, so what you will do, you will at first write this value in the square brackets. Now by keeping it, you are connecting it with the string interpol, you are connecting it with typescript. Now also good phone. So these are the ways. If you are directly writing in this way, don't have confusion in this. Let me clear it out. If you are writing value equals to, let's say here I will write G good. Now, if you are writing in this way that value equals to good, you are saying that value is equals to good. But if you are saying value equals to feedback, now you are trying to say to the Angular that you can find the value in component file. There will be one parameter as feedback. If you are writing in this way, you are trying to say that you can find one parameter feedback in the component. If I am changing the feedback to bad phone, both of the place it is having bad phone only, right? So this is what we do. That is called, this one is called property binding. Now we want to bind the event. So again I am doing the same thing. Okay, value equals to feedback. I will write here input. Input means whenever you are trying to give some input, on input it will call a function change feedback. See, I am directly writing this thing. I am saying that whenever you are trying to click on the input box and you type something there, you type something there, call this function change feedback. Now HTML don't know anything, so you can write anything here. So now this input value is change feedback. But if you are keeping small brackets here, now this particular file will find the change feedback in TypeScript, right? If you are keeping the, because logic we cannot write in HTML, logic we will be writing in TypeScript only. So if you are keeping a small bracket, the small bracket is a representation of event binding. So when you are going to, now it is saying that change feedback does not exist, means HTML is trying to find something as change feedback in HTML, but it is not available. So do one thing, let's create it. So in the class only, I will create change feedback. Okay. So I have created it, change feedback. And now you will not be getting any error. We are not getting any error. But what I want is, let me first do console.log just to check whether function is working or not. So I will print as function is working. Function is working. Okay. So open console here and clear it. Console is clear now. I'll select this entire thing and I will press any key here. So when I press W, it is saying function is working. Means whenever you are writing something, it will see. The number of time I'm clicking the button, you can see 19. You clicked 19 times, this function is working 19 times. This is called input event. Wow, okay, that's fine. Now what I want is, once you refresh it, it will be having bad phone again. What I want is, whenever you are trying to write something here, this feedback should change, right? On change listener case, we will talk about it. Hold on guys. Now what I want is, whenever I'm typing something here, it should change to good phone. So you, let's try to change it now. So here I will say, instead of this console.log, let me comment out this part. I will try to change the value of feedback here. I will try to change the value of feedback. So how to use the things in class? This dot feedback equals to good phone. Good phone. Now let's run this application. So in the starting, bad phone is coming because that is a by default value. Now what I have done is, whenever you are typing something here, anything, it should change the customer review. Let's type W here. And when I type W, good phone came at both of the place. What came? Good phone. What came here? Good phone came here. Because you changed the value of feedback. Refresh it again. Select text. Anything you type. I'm just pressing a key here. It is changing to good phone. Now what I want is, whatever I'm typing here, whatever, let's say I'm typing WERE, anything I'm typing, that should be coming here. Now our data is going from view to component, but not in a way that we want. What I want is, if I'm writing here Shivam, if I'm writing, let's say Shivam is the best trainer. If I'm writing in this way, it should be visible here, right? It should be visible here directly, right? It should be visible here directly. For that, let's do something. How you are calling the function? I'm calling this change feedback function without any argument, right? I'm just calling a normal function. So do one thing, give it an argument as dollar $event. What I have done is, I have called this function using a argument dollar $event. And dollar, I think you know why we use in JavaScript. Huh? Why we use dollar in JavaScript? So now I am calling this particular function with a argument, the dollar $event. What it will do? So now it is saying that expected 0 argument but got 1. It is saying that your TypeScript function is not accepting any argument. It is not accepting any argument, but you are giving a one argument to it. So same argument I will accept here, event, right? I am accepting the same argument. On event it is giving error. So do one thing, say it any, that its type is any. We have any type in TypeScript. So I am saying that event is of any type. And do one thing, press, uh, just write console.log and print the event. Now just check what you are getting. So open the console, and here I will just write, I means I will press a key here, right? I will just press a key. So when I pressed a key here, wow, it printed something. It is printing the input event. What it is printing? Input event. This one means event is going now. Once you expand this event, you will get lot of thing you will get. But what I am interested in this target. Inside the target, it is saying that come down and checks. Wait. Okay, now it is coming outside only. So see, I pressed Q last time, so you got data as Q, right? You got data as Q. Let me clear the console, and this time I will press something as A. So this time you got data as A. What if I'm pressing A, B this time? So I will write A, B. So second input is called, this time you are getting the B only, right? So every time it is giving you the key that you are pressing in real time. Can't it give us the real data? It should give us AB. For that, scroll down, go to this particular target, and inside this target, value. Okay, leave it. Now, whatever you are typing here, function is calling that. So now let's do one thing. I am changing the feedback to good phone. Can I change this good phone to something like this event dot data, because we have something as data in that which was having the value. It means that now let's type here Q. You got the Q here. And if I'm typing W, so this time you are getting the W only. To change this particular part, we will write event dot target, event dot target dot value. What we will do? Event dot target dot value. So now whatever you are typing here, let's say SHIVAM, right? So whatever you are typing in real time, you are getting that. Whatever you are typing in this input box, it is getting set up to this particular feedback. This is how you are sending your data from view to component. From view to component. We will do a project here. Like maybe you are having confusion. What is this event? This, that. We'll do it. Don't worry. Right? We will do it. We will do a good project actually. So don't worry. This is how you will be sending the data from your. Now, what I will do is the initial value of feedback is the empty string. And now, whatever you will write here, let me write it is good weather today. Means whatever you are writing in the HTML input, it is going to the TypeScript's feedback property. So that is how it works. Whatever you will write directly, it will be coming here, right? It is coming. So this is how you bind the events. We will do a project here, right? Don't worry. So binding the event means you are trying to tell the component whenever some event occur in the view. So for that, we'll give this code. Understood this part? Okay. Now you might be having some confusion in this. What is this input event like this? No problem. What we are going to do is we will create a project now. So I'll close this particular project now. This is your first Angular based project. So what we are going to do is, let me tell you the sketch for that. So we will be having a web page. Inside that web page, we will be just giving an input box and we will say that enter a number between 1 to 10, between 1 to 10. After that, we will give a submit button. What we will do, we will give a submit button. Here at the top, we will write one heading that check your thinking. After that, we will generate some random content that if user has selected one, so give some lines on one that you are positive minded, something like that we will do, right? This is our project. We'll do this. So what we should call it? Name of this project. Check your brain. Random quotes. No, we will have some good name. I don't like this word random. Mind reader. So create M reader. NG. How to create a new project? NG new M reader. Okay. Quote of the day. Array, we are not giving quote of the day, guys. We will just accept one number from the user. Testing mindset. Now we created already. Mhm. So till then project is getting created. Let's talk about two-way data binding. Two-way data binding is nothing. It is a combination of string interpolation, property binding, and event binding. If you are able to do all these things in a single line or in a single application, that's fine. For that, we will use ng models, ng app, something like that we will use. So project is created and mreader src, which will be having main component. We will use this one only. So this is the HTML file. Let's first run this application and check whether it is running or not. Cd mreader npm start. Npm start is the command to run the React applications. Disadvantage of teaching everything. Okay, so it is coming. Do one thing. Let's remove whatever is written, and everything is removed. Now, what we are going to do is we will create a good looking project also. Like this time, we will focus on two things: looks and the logic. Both we will focus on. For that, just go to this UI gradient website. You know UI gradient website? It will give you some very nice colors you can use. So I want some background color at first. So now you just click on show all gradients. You will see some definitely good colors. Now we are talking about brain related things. So we'll talk about some pastel colors. Tell me which color I should use. I'll use that only because I am very bad at this part. Meridian, where it is? Huh? Which one? Huh? Gold. Arey, loudly. Coal. This one. Arey, no, it will not look good. See, whenever you have two things, it will be a. Arey, listen to me first. If you check this coal, you will see two kind of color. One color on the left, one color on the right. There are two colors. See, this one color and this one color. This is completely black. Coal is this one. So that is what I'm saying. It will not do. Broken heart. Arey. Yeah, it is a thing name here. Broken heart, but I don't know where it is. Sky blue. Arey. Forest. Where it is? Sanskrit. We need a no, not a combination of three colors. We will just use only one. Search. I'm just telling you that some good colors are available here with their color code also. So no need to worry about color codes. You can just copy paste. This is a website. Thousands of gradients are available here. But every time it happens with me that I'm not able to choose single also. Rainbow blue. Where it is? Array, suggest something, guys. Huh? Shift, shift this one. You had breakfast today? Huh? You had breakfast today? Tell me you had or not? Ah, no, right? That is why. Who use pink colors in website? We will not use any pink color. What about this? Array. Which one? Hydrogen. Array. No. Where is rainbow blue, guys? Someone is commenting it multiple times. Someone is saying girls are like pink. Means every time they will choose pink color only. Okay, someone has pasted link also. Wait, this one. No. I will go with this one. We don't want to waste the time. So now, which is our main CSS file in this? What is the main CSS file? Style.css. This is the global CSS file. So inside this, I will give the background color to body. So the color I have copied from there. This is the color that I am giving to it, and it is coming right now. Don't worry that I didn't use your, so you can use in yourself. So at first I'll create a main container and I will open the corresponding CSS file. For this div I will give class as main, right? I will give it a main class, and to this main class let's call it, and here I will say that its width is 100 view width and its height is also 100 view height. Okay, and content is scrolling in both left right, so change it to 9090 or 9897. So 97 or 98 width and 100 view height. Okay, fine. Now let's do something. Inside this we will create our container which will be having all the things. So div class as container. Now for this container, first of all the parent should display a flex, right? They are displaying the flex and aligning the items in center and then justifying the content in center. That's it. We have one more class as container. I will give it a width of around 600 pixel and height of around 600 pixel, and it will have a background color of white. And let's check how it is looking. It is coming in this way, very big. Why? Let's keep it 60 pixel, 60 pixel. 600 is getting, I think we are on Zoom. Yes. So keep it here 500, 500 pixel. Okay. So this is our game that we are going to play here. Give it a little bit of border radius of 10 pixel, and just check. Okay, fine. Now inside this div, at first I will give it a heading that mind reader, and this mind reader is coming here. So do one thing for this container also, display flex, align the items in center, aligning the items in center and justifying the so it will align item will keep it in center. When you are giving justify content center, this is how your mind reader will come. Whenever you are giving content, it will go upwards. For that, let me do one thing, that flex direction is column. Okay, mind reader. Shall we change the font also? Of course, this font is looking very aggressive. So we will use some dull font. Google fonts we have used in your class. Told also how to use Google font. Okay, so this one we will use in Colsta, and get it code for using import. You will get the import thing where we need to give it style.css. First we need to import it, and then we can give the font family. And the font family is, you have to use it like this. Okay, yes, it is changed now. Now what we are going to do is, after that, let's give it a input box. Input, and it will have a placeholder. Choose a number between 1 to 10. Choose a number between 1 to 10. And this is actually a psychology of that, you ask someone randomly that choose a number between 1 to 10. Hello, sir, what is the joke? Ah, yes, you. Corner. You're laughing continuously. What happened? You got something? So we'll say something like this. Not terminated. Okay, we are not closing it. So now choose a number between 1 to, we will design it actually, right? So for that, input box, and its height, I want around 40 pixel, and width around 300 pixel. Okay, so in this way, font size I will use here a big one of around 20 pixel. So again, 20 is big, keep it 16. Okay, so choose a number between 1 to 10 and give it a border radius. So border radius of around 5 pixel. Okay, fine. I don't want to give it any border, but give it, leave it. Now what the case is, if you are typing here 1, if you are typing here 1, it will give a heading here. What it will give? It will give a heading. At first it will give that you have chosen 1. First thing, you have chosen 1. Then we will show result also. For that, let's create a heading here. So I'm creating a h1 heading here, and I will give the data of chosen, like what you have chosen here. So in typescript file, right? I will open the typescript file now. In typescript file, let me remove global CSS. I will say the chosen is a property which is of string type, and its initial value is empty string. Its initial value is empty string. Can we create loading before getting result? Hey, what is this? Now what I want is, whenever I'm writing something here, let's say 1, 2, 3, something like that, if you're writing, you will be able to just check that you are typing this. Okay. Let's say if I written here 2, so it will say that you have chosen 2. For that, input should be able to send the data back to the component. So here I will create a event binding. Event binding, small bracket. What event? You are inputting a value. So call the input event. What it will call? It will call something as chosen number. Chosen number. It is calling a function chosen number, and you have to attach the event also. So dollar event, and there in this typescript you need to define it that chosen number. Okay, on chosen number it will accept the event argument, accepting, right? And the type of event will be any. Here you can do something like this, that this dot chosen equals to, here you can write you have chosen plus event. If you are writing in this way, that you have chosen event. So let's try. So what it is saying, that you have chosen object input event. So we need to write event dot target dot value, right? So here it will show that you have chosen one. You have chosen one, right? You have chosen one. Okay, that is fine. Let's refresh it. You have chosen 2, 3, 4, 5. If I'm writing 55, so it will write the 55 here. It will write the 55 here. But we'll do something. Don't worry. So refresh it. 23. It is saying you have chosen 23. Okay. Now, first of all, handle this part only. Today I am teaching you that how you start building the application. This till now you have everything is clear. That 40, let's say 34, you have chosen 34. U Y capital. Do one thing. After this, you have chosen in this. In this choose number function, give a if condition, that if event dot target dot value is less than and equals to 10. If this value is less than equals to 10, then only do this part. Then only do this part, right? Else give a alert. Stupid. Enter the value. Don't try this stupid. I just for fun. Please enter the value. Please enter the value between 1 to 10. Okay? With 1 to 10. On 101, it is saying that please enter value 1 to 10, but it is accepting the value. So whenever you are giving that alert, after that, now one bug we have fixed. Let me write it. If I am writing here 11, so it is saying that please enter the value between 1 to 10, but 11 value is coming here. What I'm saying is, if user has given value more than 10, refresh the page. Don't have anything. You know how to refresh the page? So here we are using it. Just write window dot location equals to, just write your file name index.html. But if you are writing in this way, you will see window.location is coming here. So just try to write window dot. So reload will not work here actually. So you can write window dot location equals to, you need to reload the file. The type string is not assignable to type location. or directly let's assign it, okay, in this way. So now if I'm entering 11, so it will give you 1 to 10 and everything is went off, right? If you're writing here 45, so please enter the value between 1 to 10 and everything. So you are handling. If user has given 10, 10 is coming. User is giving 9, so 9 is coming, right? Simple thing. Now we just need to display something result here, right? We need to display a result here. So after displaying this, you have chosen target. We will declare a result also. So here I will say that result will be in a string, and here it is empty string. And in app component, I will create a paragraph after this h1. Sorry. So this paragraph will be displaying the result, right? In the starting result is empty, so it will not do anything that you have chosen 3. Okay. So now you can use anything. You can use ChatGPT to generate that content. You can use Perplexity. So, huh? Or you can write your custom also. You can write your custom value also. That let's say in this particular part, if dot even target value, you have done this. After that, I will use a nested if inside this. I will say that if event, or you can write switch here, right? You can write switch statement here. You know switch, so you can write switch or if else any. So I am writing that if event dot target dot value is equals to 1. If user has written the 1, so result is equals to today you are having a good day and a perfect starting to Angular. So now if user is writing 1 here, so today you have chosen 1, and result today you are having good day and a perfect starting to Angular. This is what you can show, right? So but now this content is actually coming in this way. For that, for this paragraph, let me write a CSS. That paragraph's width will be around 70% or 60% width. It will not take the entire width. So it's coming in this way, right? So now you have to write it for 1 to 10. So use perplexity for that. Perplexity. So go there and just say this is like ChatGPT only, big brother of ChatGPT. So I'm saying that generate human psychology fact if user is choosing 1 to 10. So it will give you some answer that these are 1 to 10. Copy paste. So for 1, smiling can boost happiness. So just copy this part and give it to TS that this dot result is equals to this one. Use double quotes here instead of single quote. Okay, so if user is writing 1, mind reader, smiling can boost happiness. Even if you force a smile, it can actually make you feel happier due to the brains. Yeah, this is actually true also. It is very good thing. So you are getting same thing, you do it to the 2. So you can write else if here, else if event dot, or let me do one thing. Same you can use. You can use switch here. Switch will be easy to use. On to everything same will be there, but you will change the value. So memory and music. So let's copy it and paste. Now on 1 and 2 both we will get. On 1 we are getting this, on 2 memory and music we are getting, on 3 we will not get anything. Means this content is not changing because we have not written anything to the 3. So I'll save event dot target dot value and 3 or 3, again same thing, right? I will change it. Just let me write 1 2 3, and this one will be 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Just change the facts now. So for third, this is the fact. But you can see if you are developing it for production level, means you are giving it to users. You can give a disclaimer also that all these thoughts are personal. They are not to harm anyone's emotions, right? You have to do these things. Mhm. Now we are just copy pasting it. You can use ChatGPT or any other generator for this. I'm not saying that you also use these same. You can write your custom, right? You can write your custom thoughts also. That if user is selecting 7, you can say that anything. But generally, that we are using this. Okay. So we are getting. Now let's check our application. Let me remove the border, or let me give some good border to this input box. Let's write 4 here. Multitasking is a myth. Our brains are not capable of multitasking effective. No, no. This is not true. I do multitasking every time. We can only focus on one task at a time without losing efficiency. For me, this is wrong. You can use yours also. For 5, the power of stories. This is true. Dopamine and social media. The brain releases dopamine when we receive like, yeah, this is also true. Simple game is done. At last, you can give a restart button. So do it. After this result, I will give a button that is restart. That is restart button. So it will be looking very simple, restart, but let's design it. So call the button component, give it a height of around 25 pixel and width of around 10 I 40 pixel. So see 40 also less is, so keep here 70 and then give it a background color of completely black. Text color I will keep as white, right? And font weight I will increase, font weight of 400. So this is what you will get. Restart button. Cursor pointer I will change to it. You know cursor pointer. So done. Now what I want is something is written here. Let me write one. After that restart button should restart it. Again you will attach some event to it. You will tell this. So here this button will be having a, it will not have input event. Which event it will have? Click event. It will have a click event. On click event it will call something as restart function. It will call the restart function. So let's write it. So this is the function of choose a choose a number. In the class we will have a restart function. We will have a restart function, and what this restart will do, window dot location dot reload. It will reload the page. Okay, so let's write here 3 4 restart. Done. One complete app done. Right? Understood? That's it. You can give some more designings. These are up to me only. I will not give you the source code. You have to write it by your own. Or you want source code? But develop this application. This will boost your confidence in Angular 110%. Okay, so I'll create a new repository as mreader. Enjoyed this? See, I never works on some stuff, basic stuff. You will never see me developing something e-commerce, this, that. You will always see me developing something useful, fruitful, enjoyable. Otherwise, you will get bored after. I will get bored before you only. If I'm developing something boring thing. See, within half an hour, we build a very nice product. That would be teaching you. If I was not teaching, it takes hardly 10-15 minutes. Now, shall we deploy this project also? So let's deploy this project so that we can have a live link. Tomorrow we will discuss about two-way data binding, and after that we will see what are directives and all things. Anything? Just type mreader.vercel.app in your mobile and check it is working or not. Check first. Huh? mreader.vercel.app. Simple. Go to Google, type this exact thing. mreader.vercel.app. Check the restart button. Try to enter some other values except 123. Write some text value. Working fine. Looking good in mobile also. That's it. Now you also try to build the same application or some different, right? Try to build something awesome. You can use some thing like this only. Yes, you can play music also. If you are like having something in your mind that we can do it or not, yes. So you can play 10 different musics by giving 10 input numbers. Yes, you can do. You know how to add videos and music? No or not? No? I will not teach you HTML, guys. This is from HTML only. Data binding. So I have given you the link. You got a job posting in the Google Classroom. Check the details and apply it. In your Angular only you got it. Google Classroom. So I have given you the GitHub link also, right? And as well as the patent music app on my name. Shreyas, what does it mean? Patent music app on my name. Okay, understood? Data binding, event binding, clearly. For button, what will be the event? Click event, not the input event, right? I mean, anybody can try, but it is your idea. First of all, you only try it, right? You just try it. Once you done, try to, if possible, send me your link if you have created something. And if you want to check it that whether it's working fine or not, that is looking good. If you want, you can get it checked with me. Okay. Fine, guys. We'll connect again tomorrow. Have a nice time, everyone. Enjoy Angular. Bye bye.